Hi, this is Maria from Bee Maniacs with another instructional video. Today we're talking about honey and more specifically extracting. So the first thing you want to make sure you have is fully capped frames. If you look at this frame right here, it's pretty much fully capped. If you're ever in doubt, you can use a refractometer, which measures the moisture content in the honey. It should be around 18.6% moisture. And the bees know when to cap the honey, so that's how you know the moisture content is good. If you pull out a frame that isn't capped yet, that is pretty much still nectar and the bees haven't finished fully making it into honey yet. So seeing a nice solid frame like this means that frame is ready for extraction. So I've got this nice solidly capped frame here, which I'm going to start uncapping now. There's a lot of different ways you can do this and a lot of different setups. The one I'll be demoing on today is the cone capper, which fits onto just a regular 5-gallon bucket, and then you can just set your frame on here. And then usually you use a knife. This is an uncapping knife specifically for this purpose. And we will actually be cutting off the wax, and it will expose all of the cells so that when we put it into the extractor, all the honey can come out. Another setup you can use is this right here. It's an uncapping tank. You can see it's a little bit bigger than using a 5-gallon bucket. Does the same purpose, just if you have a few more frames, then this would be a little easier to use. So I'll go ahead and start with the demo. You can do this multiple ways again. You can start from the top and go down, or from the bottom up. I'm gonna try starting at the bottom. And you can see that you have to use a little bit of force, so this is when you want to make sure the rube is hot to warm up the wax and the honey so that everything comes off a little smoother. And I'll just stop right there for this demo. You can see that I cut off all of these cappings, and I can just go ahead and wipe it off, let it drop into the bucket, and now you have all of these cells open, ready for extraction. And you can also see that takes off quite a big chunk, but this is a good time to get all your lopsided frames and the ones that are really thick and just cut it off, make them all nice and flat again so that when you put them back in the hive, it's like brand new. So I'm gonna go ahead and continue uncapping with a different kind of knife. This is a hot knife, so it's actually plugged in and it's got a switch and everything. This one's really hot. The purpose of this is that it will actually help a lot with cutting through the wax because it just melts it on contact, so I don't have to use as much force as with the other one. Some other tools you can use, there's the uncapping roller. Instead of cutting off the cappings, it just pokes all of the cells open. So there's also a lot of ways you can do this. Usually try to go in multiple directions just to make sure you're really getting all the cells open as you can. So I'll just do a quick demo of this. And you can see there's no cappings coming off. It's just poking holes through it. Either way, that's going to help make the honey come out once it's in the extractor. And if you are done uncapping and you see that you still have some cells that haven't been cut open, you can just grab a scratcher and you just scratch them open, and that'll help get all of the honey in the frame out. Usually the corners and the edges are the ones you miss, and the scratcher comes real in handy. Okay, so I finished uncapping my frames. I've just been putting them straight into my radial extractor here as I went. I just have one more frame over here from my uncapping bucket. Make sure you do hold on to this bucket, don't throw it away. There's a lot of good wax in there, and about half of it is actually honey that you can collect for yourself, so you'll get a lot of honey there. When you're using a radial extractor, the frames go in with the top bar facing out. The honeybees naturally make the cells facing up, so when they put liquids like nectar or little pollen capsules in there, they don't fall out. So we want that facing towards the wall, and when it spins, all the honey will come out at the same time. It's a different story if you're using something like a tangential extractor. You actually have to put the frame in. This is not a honey frame, it's just a demo frame, but you put the frame in with the side facing the wall of the extractor, and then you spin it manually. And you have to do a lot of spinning. This is going to be really heavy, but it's a lot of fun. And then you have to flip the frame, because that only spins out the honey that's facing the wall. You flip it, spin it again on this side, and then flip it again, and make sure that first side that you did is all empty. So tangential, you do have to flip the frame twice. And sometimes it's manual, sometimes it's electric. The one I'll be using today is electric. It has this speed control, and since it's radial, I don't have to worry about flipping the frames around. Now before I turn this on and get started, I'm gonna go over some safety. You wanna make sure you're always wearing your gloves before you even touch a honey frame, so I've had these on the whole time. If you have long hair, make sure you pull it out of the way. This is going to be spinning really fast, and there's a motor. You don't want to get your hair caught in that. And closed-toed shoes are a good idea. It's not only sticky, but this is a big, heavy object that can end up falling. You never know, so make sure you have some closed-toed shoes. And anytime the extractor is moving, whether it's manual or electric, if it's spinning, the lids have to be on, kind of like a blender. You don't want to leave it with the lid off. So I have now loaded up my 6 frames. They're all facing out. We are ready to begin extracting. So I'll go ahead and put the lids on. Okay, so I've got my lids on. I'm ready to start extracting, but before I turn the switch on, I want to make sure the front end is ready to go. Make sure the gate is always open. If you leave it closed, the honey's just going to build up. Your motor's going to start overworking. It's not good. So leave it open. The honey will come out on its own into a strainer. This is a double strainer, stainless steel. You just want to make sure the first one the honey goes through has these big holes just to catch the big cappings or chunks of wax, stuff like that that we didn't catch in the uncapping bucket. And then the second one's a little finer, just to catch some of the finer things. And after that, that's pretty much all the filtering you need to do, and the honey in the bucket will pretty much be good for bottling. If you want to do some finer filtering, there are finer filters. You can see these holes are a lot smaller, and this bag is very, very fine. So we've used all of these, but for extracting, you want to make sure the holes are big enough so that the honey can actually flow through as it comes out of the extractor. And so I'm going to go ahead and start the extractor. It's a little loud and wobbly at first, so you want to start slow. This has speed control, so starting off slow. You can see it wobbles a little bit.
So it's now at full speed. You can see it's very loud, but I don't even have to hold on to it. The honey's coming out on its own. I did have to hold it when I was putting the speed up, but now it's good. It's flowing.
So it's been on full speed for about 10 minutes, and I just let it all go until I noticed it started slowing down a little bit down there, so I turned it completely off. When you're ready to turn it off, you want to make sure you switch it back to speed control and slowly dial down the speed until it's completely off like it is now. And I'm just going to let all the honey from the sides drip out into the strainer. Now we spun out as much honey as we could from these 6 frames, and what you have left over is what we call a wet frame. This is still shiny and everything, but it's nothing we can really spin out with the extractor. So this is just going to go straight back to the bees into the hives, and they'll use the leftover honey that is all over these frames, and they'll use it for food or reuse it, so nothing really goes to waste. So throughout your extracting experience, you want to make sure you're in a bee-tight space. Right now we're inside the Bee Maniac store. All the doors are closed, everything. Just make sure no bees can get inside. As for the cappings that you have collected throughout your extraction, this is just from a few frames, and you can see there's a lot of honey in there. So make sure you hold on to this bucket, drain all of it out, and then you can leave the bucket out and the bees will get the remaining honey. You can keep all the wax for yourself to make a lot of different products. As for cleaning, this is a big sticky mess, but you can just use some hot water with the hose outside and it'll dissolve everything away, so it'll be good to put it away for storage until next season. And then you're all good to go. Thank you for watching and have fun extracting.